Well, hello. Today is oil painting day. And so we're going to begin by showing you some of the benefits of painting digitally that we don't have in traditional studio. I've made up a little palette of the brushes that I'd like to use, and so they are all here, and I'm going to stick it over here on the side. We're working with gessoed canvas, and what I've done is actually made a brush stroke, so I just removed that brush stroke. This is the texture of gessoed canvas, and we're going to start with the first brush with a nice strong color at 100% opacity. That's a red, and you can see that I've run out of paint as I've done my brush stroke. I'll do another one and I'll make the brush a little bit bigger. Okay, that's that brush, Artist Dry Brush. The next brush I'm going to use is a real tapered wet flat. It's a real brush. It's very wet and it picks up the paint that's underneath. So I can do that and really paint like I'm using a very wet turpentine filled brush. The next brush I like is also a real bristle brush, but it's called Real Short, and it runs out of paint but blends, and I do short small strokes with that, but I could make it very big and do big strokes with it as well. So I'm going to blend some color in there. That's how that brush works. This brush is a bristle brush from the oils, and you can literally see the grain of the brush. You could see the hairs of the brush as I drag that. So I'm going to put some red paint right on top of that, and you see that. The next thing that I'm using is this little Norman Rockwell brush, which is a wonderful drawing tool. I use it to draw with. I got it from an artist named Faye Circus, and she does a lot of teaching of painter. This brush is a detail brush. I can make it very little. I can make it even smaller, and then I can make it big if I want to do some details. And the last brush that I'm going to show today is the Sargent brush, which is a big, loose, fun brush that mixes paint in a fun way. So what I'm going to do is take that paint and I'm going to blend it just a little. I don't like the way it blotches there. So there's a blender. It's called Grainy Water. And if you see that I stroke and bring in some of the white from the background, you can also see the grain of the gessoed canvas. Okay, this blender is called Big Wet Turpentine, and I'm blending with that brush. Now I don't like the background color, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to come over here, get this Davy Gray color, take my paint bucket, and now I've got now I'm happy. I can see my paint. Now the next thing I can do that we can't do in traditional painting is make a new layer. Go back and pick this original brush that we use, which is the dry brush. Take a nice color, and on this layer paint with this color. Okay, now I think that's pretty good. I like my little paint blotches over there. Now what I'm going to do is make a new layer, which is above that one. I'm going to take the Norman Rockwell brush. I'm going to make drawings out of those little shapes that I did. And I'm going to call this layer my drawing layer. So you can see that there's lots of versatility in working digitally. What I can do is turn off that layer. It's gone. Turn off the second layer and it's gone, but maybe just bring back the drawing layer. No, I'm going to bring back all three. Draw on it and tell you that I've loved doing this with you, and I hope to see you next week when we'll go through another medium and how it works in Painter 11. Have a good day. I just did. Thanks for watching this with me. Bye.